Real cases, real crimes. Some vanish without a trace. Others leave behind more questions than answers. When the trail goes cold and the truth hides in the shadows. This is Mysteries Unsolved. What happened to Elizabeth Short? On the morning of January 15th, 1947, a mother walking with her child in Leimert Park, Los Angeles, made a horrifying discovery. The mutilated body of a young woman lay in a vacant lot, severed cleanly in half, drained of blood, and grotesquely posed. It was a scene so disturbing that the witness initially thought it was a mannequin. The victim was identified as 22-year-old Elizabeth Ann Short, an aspiring actress who had moved to Los Angeles in 1946. Born on July 29, 1924, Elizabeth had a transient lifestyle, holding various jobs and frequently moving. Known for her striking dark hair and fondness for elegant black clothing, she was posthumously dubbed the Black Dahlia by the press, a play on the 1946 film The Blue Dahlia. Elizabeth's final days are clouded with mystery. On January 8, 1947, she left San Diego with a traveling salesman and was dropped off at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles. She claimed she was meeting her sister, but this was later found to be untrue. Witnesses saw her making frantic phone calls in the hotel lobby before disappearing into the night. That would be the last confirmed sighting of her alive. On January 14th, Officer Myrle McBride claimed to have encountered a distressed Elizabeth, who allegedly said someone threatened to kill her. Less than 24 hours later, her body was found. The condition of her body stunned investigators. She had been surgically bisected at the waist, her body meticulously cleaned, and positioned with arms raised and legs spread. Her face bore a Glasgow smile, deep cuts from the corners of her mouth to her ears. The absence of blood at the scene indicated she had been killed elsewhere. The autopsy revealed cerebral hemorrhage and shock from repeated facial blows as the cause of death. She had also suffered extensive mutilation, and there were signs she may have been sexually assaulted. The LAPD and FBI launched an extensive investigation. Within 56 minutes of submitting her fingerprints, the FBI identified her through employment records and a prior arrest for underage drinking. Authorities were inundated with tips and over 60 false confessions, complicating the case further. The surgical precision of the bisection led police to suspect someone with medical knowledge. Detective Harry Hansen maintained this theory throughout his investigation. The University of Southern California Medical School was scrutinized, given its proximity to the crime scene. One of the most enduring suspects is Dr. George Hodel. In 1949, Hodel came under investigation when his daughter accused him of molestation. Though acquitted, wiretaps in his home recorded him saying, "Supposin I did kill the Black Dahlia. They couldn't prove it now." Decades later, his son, Steve Hodel, a former LAPD detective, published a book accusing his father of the murder. Other suspects emerged over the years. Janice Knowlton accused her father, George Knowlton, claiming repressed memories of him killing Elizabeth. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Patrick S. O'Reilly, listed as a suspect in 1951, had a violent history and connections to Elizabeth's acquaintances. Jack Anderson Wilson, named posthumously by author John Gilmore, was a petty criminal with alleged links to the victim. Despite these leads, no charges were ever filed. A 1949 grand jury reviewed the LAPD's handling of the case, but did not yield new evidence. By 1950, the official investigation was shut down. Public and media interest in the Black Dahlia case exploded. Newspapers sold more issues than they had for the Pearl Harbor bombing. Initially portraying Elizabeth as a hopeful starlet, the press later painted her as a tease, shifting public perception in a damaging way. The coverage contributed to societal cautionary tales about the dangers of Hollywood dreams. Do you think Dr. George Hodel was responsible? Let us know in the comments. The case's legacy endures. It spurred California to be the first state to require registration for convicted sex offenders. Cultural references to the Black Dahlia appear in books, films, and television, symbolizing the dark side of Hollywood. Over the years, modern forensic techniques have rekindled hope, but no definitive answers have surfaced. To this day, the murder of Elizabeth Short remains one of America's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. If you have any information about this case, contact the LAPD or FBI. Like, share, and subscribe for more cases. Thanks for watching another episode of Mysteries Unsolved.